Hi, my pre-Kers. I'm going to read a book that I did get to read on Thursday with the Thursday class, but the Friday class did not get to hear the storybook. So I'm going to read it here for everybody. And it's called The Emperor's Egg. It is written by Martin Jenkins and illustrated by Jane Chapman. And this book reminds me of our emperor penguin stuffy that we've been having in our classroom since we've been in Antarctica, one of the polar regions. So this is the stuffy that we've had in the classroom, and he's going to be here listening to our story all about his type of penguins, emperor penguins. All right, so he's going to be resting right there. And let's start our storybook. The Emperor's Egg. It says down at the very bottom of the world, there's a huge island that's almost completely covered in snow and ice. It's called Antarctica, and it's the coldest, windiest place on Earth. The weather's bad enough there in the summer, but in winter, it's really terrible. It's hard to imagine anything actually living there. But wait, what's that shape over there? It can't be. Yes, it is. See it? What could it be? It's a penguin. It's not just any old penguin either. It's a male emperor penguin, the biggest penguin in the world. And he's doing a very important job. He's taking care of his egg. He did not lay the egg himself, of course. The mommy laid the egg a few weeks ago. But very soon after she laid the egg, she turned around and waddled off to the sea. That's where female emperor penguins spend most of the winter, swimming about, getting as big and round as they can, eating as much as they can, and generally having a very nice time. As far as we can tell, it looks like they are. But that leaves the father penguin stuck on the ice with his egg. Now, the most important thing about egg setting is to stop your egg from getting cold. That means that it has to be kept off the ice and out of the wind. And what better way to do that than to rest it on your feet and tuck it right up under your tummy, which is exactly what the father penguin does. You see the egg right there? Tucked right on his feet and under his tummy. He has a flap of skin that will keep it warm and safe. And that is how he will stay for 2 whole months until his egg is ready to hatch. Can you imagine it standing around in the freezing cold with an egg on your feet for 2 whole months? He's standing there with an egg on his feet. He doesn't mind. God made him to be a great daddy. Well, what's more, there's nothing for this father penguin to eat on the land. And because he's egg setting, he can't go off to feed in the sea. He can't go to the sea. So that means for 2 whole months with an egg on his feet, he has no dinner or breakfast or lunch or snacks. Not even snacks like we have snack time. Not even one snack time. I don't know about you, but I'd be very, very hungry. Well, luckily, the penguins don't seem to mind. They don't mind too much. They have thick feathers and lots of fat under their skin to help keep them warm. And when it gets really, really cold and windy, they all work together. Remember Harambe? They all work together They snuggle up together and they shuffle over the ice into a great big huddle. Most of the time, the huddle truddles along very, very slowly. But sometimes, when the penguins get to a particularly slippery slope, they slide down it on their tummies, pushing themselves along with their flippers, always remembering to take care of their egg and trying hard not to bump into each other. So, did you hear that? They are sliding on their tummy on ice with an egg tucked up under their tummy. How are they doing that? They don't even break the egg. God made them this way to know how to be so very careful with that baby in the egg. Well, that's how the father penguin spends the winter until one day he hears chirp, 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 chirp. What is that? His egg is starting to hatch. It takes a day or so, but finally the egg cracks right open and out pops the penguin chick. There he is. Now the father penguin has two jobs to do. He has to keep the chick warm and he has to feed it. How is he going to feed it? Yes, that's the question. Feed it? But with what? The chick is too small to be taken off to the sea to catch food. And the father can't leave the chick back behind on the ice. Well, deep down in the father penguin's throat, there's a pouch where he makes something a little bit like milk inside of his throat. And that's what he feeds to his hungry chick. Isn't that perfect? The way he was designed to have food for his baby? The father penguin can make only enough of the milky stuff to feed his chick for a couple of weeks. And just as he's about to run out, a dot of black and white appears in the distance. It gets closer and closer. And yes, who do you think it is? Let's see. It is Mom. It's Mom. He starts trumpeting hello. And the father penguin starts trumpeting hello back. And the chick starts to whistle. The racket goes on for hours and hours. They are so excited. And it really does sound as if they are extremely pleased to see each other. So in real life, the penguins will trumpet with excitement when the mommy comes back and they see each other for the first time, the baby and the mommy. And the daddy is so happy to see her again. As soon as things have calmed down, the mother penguin does something. She brings up the food that she's been eating and she delivers it to her chick. That's an interesting way to feed her chick. Right into the chick's mouth, but the chick loves it. Yum, yum, yum. He gobbles it all down. Now it's the mother's turn to take care of the chick, while the father sets off to the sea for a well-earned meal of his own. Do you think that daddy is so hungry now? He's been waiting all this time to eat. The end. So the daddy is off swimming in the sea to finally eat, and the mommy is with her baby chick. So that's the story of the emperor penguin. This penguin is an emperor penguin stuffy. They're the biggest penguins. Remember, we talked about how they can be about as big as a 6-year-old, about as tall as a 6-year-old, or about 3 feet tall or so. They are really big. That's one big bird, the emperor penguin. Well, I hope you enjoyed the story, and we'll be having some more stories on there from Antarctica and the Arctic. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.